this, so I'm interested to see how good this one is. This is the Rode NT1. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this or not. Something like that. Is there a way I could charge this? Let me grab something else. I don't know if this will work. Where's the chat? Yo, Jodapo, hey, can you guys hear me well? What's up? Sounds good, really? Yeah, Jodapo number 1. Taiwan number 1. Yeah, this keyboard fucking sucks so much. I need a new wireless keyboard. Shit, dude. Shit doesn't fucking work. I can't type anything. Can you guys hear this? Hey, how good is this microphone? I've never used this microphone on stream yet. I've been holding out. But this keyboard is fucking trash. I need a new wireless keyboard. This keyboard is so annoying. Blue Eyes White Dragon with 2 U's. Is it time? Yeah, time to duel. Mic sounds fine. Really? Okay, how okay, this is not a what's it called? This is not a dynamic microphone. Or sorry, it's not a condenser microphone. It's a dynamic microphone for music. So that's why, or not for music, but for singing, I guess for music. It's not really supposed to be for dialogue, but I wanted to see how it would be if I were to do like a standing stream. So I can change this actually to this. This is the scene that I wanted to have, but the problem is that I have to like look down to read. So I want to see if I could get the chat on one of these phones. Where's my other phone? Hold on. So I only have 2 angles today, unless I want to set up more, but it's already getting late, so I should turn on the chat on this TV, right? So I want to apologize. Is this a singing stream? No, it's not. unless I feel like I'm gonna stream. It looks like it's a singing stream, right? It looks like a singing stream. Basically, okay. Let me explain what's going on today. Which I don't really have much to say. So originally, I had a plan to do an IRL stream at a convention or an expo, and it was the Hollywood Sound Expo. And can you guys hear the sound outside? Can you hear the like echo of the music also sound outside? There's like a helicopter outside. Can you guys hear that? Speaking of sound, who said that? John no hair. Yeah, it looks kind of weird, right? I have hair, but it looks like this. I feel like if I put a hat on, it looks like I don't have hair. It looks like I'm bald. So I feel like I'm a little self-conscious about that. Give me a sec. Here we go. Alright, now I have the chat up. I also have the chat on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it next to the camera. This camera. Oh, I also... the Mage... oh, yeah, this isn't correct. So the Mageville 1 audio is coming in from... hold up. Oh, this is the same audio, right? I'm not getting audio from the camera, right? Desktop audio? Is this the same audio? Mageville 1? Hold up. Mageville 1? Okay, yeah, this is the same thing. Cool. Just making sure. Did you go to a different stylist than usual? No, I went to my typical one, but she suggested to get my hair shorter this time. And I wasn't sure how I felt about that. But she was like, just try it, and if you don't like it, then next time we won't do it. And I was like, alright, whatever. And then she said I will look younger. But I think how I typically do it is that I don't really care so much about my hair because I just wear a hat. So maybe let me just put it right there. I don't really care so much about my hair because I just wear a hat, so it doesn't really matter that much. But this time when I put my hat on, it looks like I don't have any hair. Show the back. You guys see the back? Yeah. That's what it looks like. Let me try to fix the lights up a little bit. I feel like it's kind of dark here. It's working well. I only have natural light going on. All the lights are off except for my kitchen lights. Let me turn that off. There we go. So I feel like I look kind of dark here. Let me get kind of like a key light going on. Let's see. Okay, maybe that's not really like a key light, but it's more like a fill light. Oh, it is acting like a key light. I think it's a little bright though. Let me turn it down a little bit. Press 1 if John needs color hair. Hell no, I wouldn't get colored hair. Hell no. Colored hair, dude? You guys can't see this, but do you see this little cable here? So can I show this? There is a light fixture right here. So see if I can kind of, sometimes I'll hit my head against it. It's just out of the frame. There it is. And then so I have my, I wanted kind of like this backdrop setup looking thing over here. Maybe I could do this a little bit. It's not too bad, right? That doesn't look bad. I just gotta be in the center a little bit. I want to drop this mic down so that's not, I need the mic to be a little bit closer to me, but I also don't want it to be too much in the frame. And I feel like I'm a little tall. Okay, how's this? I never really done any type of setup like this before. Is Ness going to be your podcast guest this weekend? So, okay, let me give you guys an update on the podcast since Sandless Apprentice talked about it. The podcast tomorrow. The podcast is going to be with Ness tomorrow, and it's going to, because he actually offered to come on tomorrow, so I didn't really prepare that much for him, and I don't really have anything set up, but I feel like it's a good opportunity because he's willing to come by tomorrow, so I think we can just set it up tomorrow, and that'll be pretty good. I don't know if this stream, the way I have the stream set up, is kind of awkward, but I figured I'd give you guys like a different type of vibe today. I was just looking at the microphone and the stuff going around here, and I thought like it might be kind of cool. So I have this going on here. I have to like reach over to press the button though, which is kind of a little annoying. It's not too far though. It's like that. I have two different focal lengths. I have one that is a 30 millimeter focal length, and I have one that's the 16, which is over here, the 16 millimeter focal length, and 30 right here. So when I look down here, you can kind of see it a little bit. Maybe let me move the chat to be on the right side. There we go. Then I have that going on over here. But it kind of looks like I'm gonna sing or something, or like do some kind of stand up or something like that, because I'm standing up. I wish I had like a little stool or something to sit on, but I don't. Maybe I'll look into getting one. Michelle Griffith, hey, 2004, welcome to the stream. Today I'm just gonna do like a just chatting stream. So okay, what was gonna happen today was I was going to go to the Hollywood Sound Expo, and I thought it was gonna be a whole day thing, and I thought it was gonna end at around 5 or 6 or something like that. Turns out that they ended early, which is at 3. Not that they ended early, but they ended on schedule, which is gonna be 3. And then so I woke up at around 1. My original plan was to wake up at around 11 and then get there at 12, but I thought like a couple more minutes wouldn't be too bad, and suddenly it was already 1. And when I woke up, I was like, all right, what time is this gonna end? Turns out it ends at 3. And then so even if I got ready and I went there, it would have been like 2, and it would have only been an hour long, so I was too late. I don't really like the way this key light looks on my face, because it's like, it's different color temperature. Give me a second. I feel like I have a warm color temperature going on. Oh no, that's super warm now. Hold on. Okay, maybe that might look a little bit better. I feel like I look kind of orange. kind of brown looking, right? The way this stream looks is very warm, and that's because it's like in the sunset time, so the natural light is very warm, but it's gonna get dark soon and it'll change later. Yeah, the podcast is going to be tomorrow, and then if you guys have anything that we can kind of work on for that, like I'm curious what I want to do. Hold on, let me change this music. This music sucks. Do I have any other cool music? Sweet Summer. Outdoor Seaside Ambience Bossa Nova. I don't like any of these songs. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Will Ness be the first Pod X asked? Yes. Yo, small 1 ton min. What's up? Welcome to the stream. My legs are wide open. You guys can see my stance. I'm like, my legs are wide open, just so I can get a little bit lower. Can I show you guys? Oh fuck, I can't. I can't lower this camera. But if I stand up straight, I'm over here. So I just open my legs up a little bit, so I'm a little bit lower. This makes me look a little bit shorter though, on this side. I feel really brown. I think it's cause I'm getting blocked here by, right here there's another light. You can see it right here. There's another light right here, and it's blocking the natural light from my face. You can see the light coming on my neck and my arm, but my face is dark, so that's why I turned on this key light here. But my face skin tone looks so different from the rest of my body. I look really red. I don't like the way that looks. Let me just take this light down. Hold on. Maybe that's a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. The light on my face is much more motivated. I still look really red here. Alright, that looks better. Now I have cinematic lighting. Sweet. Cinematic lighting. That looks good. Lakear4 just followed. Thanks for the follow again, dude. What are you ramping up the content with this insane in-house studio you built, John? So I'm starting a podcast, and I'm also going to be doing YouTube videos with tutorials and stuff like that. So yeah, I built this whole thing because I kind of got sick of doing IRL streaming outside. Even though I really like doing IRL streaming, I feel like there's more to doing content than just doing IRL streaming. So yeah, I wanted to just see like what other styles of content that I can make, and I wanted to branch out to other platforms like TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. So for the most part, in the first phase of my plan is that I'll be uploading more YouTube content that's like tutorial and tech videos relating to streaming. So I have a video on the way that's about doing the backpack, introducing the backpack for IRL streaming, and I'll do another video talking about using like phones and mobile phones for streaming, and then I'm gonna continue to do this type of content for YouTube, you know, as long as I could try to do that. So that's kind of like my plan. The other thing is that I'm gonna be starting a podcast that's about streaming, and the actual first episode of that podcast we're gonna record tomorrow, and my first guest will be Nest. It was supposed to be Jin, but Jin is we're gonna move that episode to Tuesday. So we're gonna have two. First episode tomorrow on Sunday with Nest, second episode on Tuesday with Jin. So that's what my plan is. I think somebody asked when am I gonna order tofu hot dog. Actually, that's something I didn't think about, but I'll probably order some type of food. Hey, I want to ask you guys, is my mouth and the audio in sync, or are they desynced? They should hopefully be in sync. I'm not sure. It's in sync? Nice. That's good, because the camera and the microphone are different sources. Time for OnlyFans live shoot. Yeah. I'm just kidding. What time tomorrow with Nest? So he's gonna come here, I think around 6. Maybe I should ask him like what time he can arrive. Let's send him a message. Send him a message so I can. Let me send him a message. I don't really like this music that much. I think the plan is pretty soundproof. Send me the Addy. I'll let you know when I'm on my way. Okay, cool. View my parking spot. Alright, I sent him a message. Okay. Do a quick 10-minute food review at the start. Honestly, I'm pretty broke. So I don't really want to buy food, but I reckon I should. So I realized I'm way more broke than... I wasn't making any money this month, so I spent way more money than I should. Whoa. Double dip? No more DoorDash? No, I'm not doing DoorDash anymore. I was doing Postmates, but Postmates converted to... what's that other company called? Uber Eats. So now I have to go through Uber Eats to do it, and it means I have to like create a whole new account and stuff like that. So I actually haven't done Postmates in a long time. I feel like you guys would know if I did Postmates, since you would see that I am off stream or something like that. I would say that, but yeah, I haven't done Postmates in a while. But yeah, I haven't made any money this month because there's no project this month, and then I took that week off from streaming, which really hurt. It really hurt me monetarily. It helped me with my mental health, which is more important. But dude, what the hell? Sometimes this mouse doesn't work. I don't really like this music that much. It's too relaxing. Spanish guitar, sensual, romantic, instrumental music. Oh god, it's hella loud. Turn it down a little bit. It's so dramatic. Final Fantasy guitar music? Whoa. I feel like I can get DMCA'd by playing this guy's music. It sounds kind of cool though. Whoa. Can you guys hear the sounds coming out from the outside? Because I have my window open. It's pretty hot in here. I don't know how sensitive this mic is. So this is the first time I'm using this mic. Actually, this is the Rode. Let me show you guys. This is the Rode NT1. This is a dynamic vocal microphone, and it can also be used for instrumentals. Or maybe it's not right to call it a vocal microphone. It's more like a music microphone. So it's for singing. And if you guys hear a difference between this microphone and like the Shure SM7B, this microphone has like a better mid and high end as opposed to the low ends, where the like condenser microphone, the SM7B, is better with the low ends. So it sounds like I'm on the radio. But this is more for singing and for like music and instruments and stuff like that. If you don't buy the food, can you make the food at the crib? I mean, it doesn't really make a difference, because if I make food or if I buy food, I would rather just buy food because it's like easier on me, but I have to still spend money on the food no matter what. Postmates shut down, it's Uber Eats out. Yeah, exactly. But I'll probably try to find some vegan food for Nest. Cook food with Nest. Nah, I don't want to do that. That's like a totally different stream if I do that. Like, I just want to talk, you know. That's not a podcast anymore. That's like, we're just doing a collaboration at that point. And if I ask him questions like that. Are you going to stand this way the whole podcast? No, the way that I have the stream today is not how I'm going to stream for the podcast tomorrow. The way that I'm going to stream for the podcast tomorrow is kind of like how I was streaming last week. You might have seen that I had like the TV set up against, or the table set up against this TV with the two microphones, those big microphones coming in on the arms, and it's like on the side with the camera switching like this and this going on. So no standing. Do you have some dope questions lined up? That I don't. I prepared a lot for Jin, and I didn't prepare anything for Nest, because I didn't expect Nest to come in and say like he wanted to do the podcast. So I don't have anything prepared for Nest, but I think I have some things in my head. And if you guys have any ideas too that you guys might be interested in. Damn, this is sleepy as fuck. This music is hella sleepy. Should I just go with the fucking lo-fi or whatever? I hate lo-fi. Lo-fi. Ugh. Fuck lo-fi. Chill, relax, study. Excuse me. How does it sound if I burp into the microphone? How is this microphone, by the way? Is this like a... Ooh. Is this very ASMR-y? Can I fart into this microphone? Ooh. Sounds gross, but it's good. Play Korean songs. Go with some upbeat music. Relaxing music from N64 games. Nintendo music. Nintendo music to play on stream. There we go. I'm down with this. Not too bad. Play Rick Stizzy's new album, John. I don't want to play any music that has vocals in it because it kind of messes me up when I talk. So yeah, I don't want any vocal music. You guys ever do that where like it's really hard to talk over music that has vocals in it because you can hear the vocals too. Kind of just fucks everything up. Play Secret of Mana music. Oh, wait. Oh no, my setup should be okay. I think this VOD, I set it up so that this VOD doesn't have the audio, the music on the VOD, so that my VOD can't get DMCA'd. At least I hope not. I don't think it can. As long as the volume is low, it's fine. Not for me. Yeah, it's too hard for me. Even if I hear it like a little bit, it'll fuck me up. I get confused. I just don't like the way it sounds. Okay, anyways. Do you guys have anything that you guys want to ask Nesk for tomorrow? And I'm also thinking about how I want to have it set up so that one of the questions was like, how am I going to do it for questions in the chat? Like, how am I going to have chat engagement in the stream? And that was something that I didn't know the answer to. Or if there's anything else you guys want to talk about. Do you guys have any questions or anything like that? I have my handy dandy notebook. This is the Twitch developers notebook that I got from Twitch Dev Day. TwitchCon Dev Day. And I write miscellaneous notes in here sometimes. I draw pictures, schematics and stuff of stuff that I've, you know, planned. These are some notes from something. Oh fuck, that shit's hella loud. Holy shit. Holy shit, that's fucking loud. Jesus. Capsel just subscribed for 9 months in a row. Thank you so much. Appreciate. Dude, thank you so much for the subs. My sub count is super low. You can ask everyone if they think you're cute. And if they say no, just end the podcast. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. You can ask if everyone, you can ask, oh, I wrote it wrong. So let me rewrite it. You can ask everyone if they think you're, spelled Y-O-U-R, cute, dot, if they, oh, I'm sorry, my pen is running out of ink. Oh shit, my pen's out of ink, dude. My pen's out of ink. Let me get a pen. 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 Let me see really quick if there's a little bit more. Maybe if I click this a little bit, maybe I'll get some more ink. Oh, it worked. If they think you're cute, if they say no, just end the podcast. Alright, here we go. Our first idea. Let me save this one for later. There we go. I'll stash it in my suggestion bin over there. Woo! Nice. Kobe. Alright, how many other people want to be in the suggestion bin? That's my suggestion bin. I should have a title for the suggestion bin. I need a little sticker. The suggestion bin. There we go. Ask Nesk what his favorite streetwear brand is. Alright, here's the second suggestion bin. There we go. Ask Nesk what his favorite streetwear brand is. Yoo! Suggestion bin. Sounds like a trash bin. Yeah, I mean the suggestion bin and the trash bin are kind of the same thing. That's where they both exist. Actually, I don't really have a bin over there. I just threw it on the floor. Okay, now I have a real bin. Here we go. This is the suggestion bin right here. That's where I put only the best suggestions for the stream. Write that in there. Follow up with his shoe size. That's for the bin. All right, good one. Keep it coming, guys. These are the best. You know, my suggestion bin is getting full. Conspiracies. Yeah, there we go. Conspiracies. These are the best ones. I feel like if I look down, my eyes become like horizontally flat. The top of my eyes. I look kind of. You know, I don't want to look down like that at the camera. To look this way. Ask him what made him decide to start doing IRL streams. Yeah, that's like one of the basic ones that we're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna create. I'm gonna kind of do what I did with Jin. I'm gonna come up with 3 basic topics. The first one is how was Nest before he started streaming? Oh, what the hell is that? Whoa, a HyperX sticker fell out. Cool. Okay, Nest before he started streaming. Before streaming. How he got into streaming. He got into streaming. And the last one is like his streaming workflow. Now, his current streaming workflow. So one of the questions that I had for his current streaming workflow was his opinions on, yo, Curly Head Sam, Heady Sam, just follow, thank you for the follow. One of the questions that I had for him was how he feels about the GoPro setup. Because he used to have a GoPro setup. So I want to ask his experience with this. Ask him to tell you funny IRL stream moments. Yeah, okay. Can we reword this? Like, what are the best and worst moments? Damn, my handwriting is pretty terrible. Would he like to stream full-time and quit his day job? Interesting question. stream full time and quit? What kind of meat he's curious to try? These are not the right questions. Ask Ness what his favorite food is. These questions are not important to me. Like, you guys are asking stuff about his... I suppose I could ask about the veganness. How did he become vegan? And what's the best vegan? But these are like dumb questions. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say they're dumb questions, but they're not really important questions. They're just like, if you hear it and you'll be like, oh, cool, you know. Kuya, yo, Ku's in the chat. Hold on, let me close this door. It's making hell noise. Yo, Ku's in the chat. This music is from Animal Crossing, I believe. When is the end game of streaming for you? Okay. I'm gonna add to that. What are your goals with streaming? And what is the end game? Cool. That's a good question. These are good questions. Like, asking him about what his favorite clothes are and his favorite shoes are, that's not really... Like, there's no point in asking those questions because it's not getting to anything. It's just like filler questions, you know? Those questions are like first date questions. You can ask him how he wipes. Okay, and that's a troll question, which okay, it makes sense. Those are okay questions. If you have a troll question, you can put them in there to make you feel better about yourself. But the ones that are in between, they're not troll questions, but they don't really like get to any point. It's just like, oh, hey Nest, do you like any bands? What's your favorite music? However, that's not that bad of a question because, as I know, Nest was, before he got into streaming, he was going into the music industry. And he was going into music, and so I want to ask him, like, what are his inspirations? Interests in music, like his bands and stuff like that. Mia, are you a guy that covers events with a Z? What? Are you asking me? Outdoor Sexplorer. Hey John, what was the bubble tea place with the anime painting inside? Bubble tea place with the anime painting inside? Anime painting? I don't think I went to a place that has anime painting. Did I? Music to streaming that's interesting to heat about. Is that a question? You got the blue drink. I went to a cafe that was fantasy based. They didn't have anime paintings inside, but they did have anime on the TV. I think that's the one you're talking about. That one's called Requiem, and it's in Anaheim. Who's your favorite streamer? Are you guys asking me these questions, or these are questions for Nest? I can ask who his favorite streamer is. That one's not a bad question. Who's your fave streamer? Ah, the app closed. Do you take voice calls? You can ask what collabs he wants to do. Okay, that's a good question. What collabs he wants to do. Nest is a vegan rapper. Okay, so basically for tomorrow, I'm going to be recording a podcast. For those of you who are just in here, I'm going to be recording a podcast tomorrow, which is going to be the first episode of my series talking about streaming with streamers. That's like the very basic form of this podcast. I think that there's like a better explanation of what the podcast is, but it's pretty much what it boils down to. I'm gonna have another streamer by the name of Nest, NEZST, and I'm gonna talk to him about like his experience with streaming. Are we thinking of questions of getting to know someone? No. Him evolving from music to streaming? Yeah, exactly. Can I join? I'll think about it. Mango Flip, what's up? Anyways, how's it going, chat? I feel like I need like a... It's getting darker now. Let me turn on this light over here. So I gotta prepare for that stream tomorrow, and I figured I would just do like a short stream today. Let me see if I could get a light over here. I'm gonna put this light on. This one over here. This is my LifeX. Let's see, what kind of light do we want? Maybe like a warm one. Let's try to turn this one on. This one. Oh, it's so bright. It looks kind of cool though, with the red. Oh, I got like a little edge light on my shoulder. It's kind of cool. Are you having the podcast on video call or person? Oh, having. I'm having it in person, yeah. I don't want any podcast to be on like I mean, I'm trying to do as much as I can in person. I would rather have this be like a production as opposed to calling someone in, because I feel like there's a lot of podcasts that are like that, so I wanted it to kind of be a little bit different. And I'm coming at it from the perspective of an IRL streamer, someone who has streamed mostly in the IRL setting. And so for the most part, in the beginning, this is going to be, I want to show you guys how it looks like. So it's very stylized in the way that I want it to kind of feel like it's two people who are having a meal together and talking about kind of like a shared interest and getting to know more about each other. And that's kind of like, that's the theme of the whole stream. So that's why I wanted it to be in person. Having it be online is like, I really don't want it to be online because I feel like it's very impersonal and it's limited to what we can do. But I feel like inevitably there might be, I'll probably have to go towards that if I want to get certain guests. But in the beginning, yeah, I just want it to be in person for the most part. I like the jumper jump style podcast. That's cool. Yeah, it's kind of like that, except the topic is totally different. Yeah. You're so profesh. Thank you. What happened to Jin Pie podcast? So he had to reschedule, but he said he would be okay to do it on Tuesday. So we're going to have that podcast hopefully on Tuesday. So I have it scheduled for Tuesday, and I am prepared. I'm already prepared for him to do it. like that. Yeah. So I feel like I need something else in here, like a plant or something on this. I only have this little on my shelf. I only have this little like cow coin dispenser and all these like cameras and stuff. What if I put like a camera in there? Where's my camera? There you go. I gotta fill up that shelf over there with some stuff to look a little bit. Where did my... Yeah, I want the podcast to kind of look cinematic. So here, maybe this is kind of an interesting thing for you guys to hear from me, but basically how I feel about streaming is that I feel that streaming is probably one of the least effort forms of content creation that can exist. I think live streaming is essential part of content creation, because it's totally different than a YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or something like that. And all of those forms of media are totally different from each other, which is all really interesting. But in my opinion, that when it comes to live streaming, if you were to pick one of all of them, or like if you were to pick one out of all of these forms of live streaming, in my opinion, live streaming is probably the laziest form of all of them, because all it really requires you to do is to turn on your stream, to like turn on the camera and talk to the stream at the very base level. And then there are other creative stuff that you can add on top of it, whether it be like you playing a game or whether it be you like producing like a including some type of creative interaction with the stream or whatever, alerts and whatnot. So all these little things you can add on top of it. But I think that at the base level and in the form of live streaming is very passive. And I think that I would enjoy it more if content creators, live streamers, would kind of make more of an active effort to create like a real show. And so parts of this show that I wanted to make with this podcast was, one of the things is that I wanted to make the stream to look a little bit more cinematic, like as if it was being produced in a studio or something like that, like a movie or something, but live. So is there a way that we can find the cross between really high produced YouTube video style content and live stream? So what is the live version of a YouTube video? Basically, it's like the question that I had in my head. And can we make like a live movie per se, where it has like this story arc, where it has like the video quality is pretty good? Like, is it possible? I don't want it to be like too crazy good, because I learned that if something is like too good, that there's a disconnect between the audience, because the audience can't relate to it as well. But I just wanted to try to produce something that's a little bit more interesting, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm kind of trying to do it in this way. I don't know if that was like an interesting explanation for you guys of how I go about doing my live streams, but yeah, I just want to do something different, basically. Does Ness know he's a guest? Yes, he's the one that reached out. Did you ever get the 75 watt LED bulbs? 75 watt LED bulbs. Was I looking for 75 watt LED bulbs? I don't remember which one are you talking about. You can do like between two firms. Exactly. And use palms and I mean, I'm not trying to copy like another type of stream, but I do want it to be kind of like a show, like a talk show. I want it to be like a talk show. I know this is a boring question, but how many hats does Ness own? I'm really kind of curious. Are you really from SF? Yes. Who is Ness' favorite streamer and favorite IRL streamer? It's basically live acting production. You're going to be, you can't, you, yes, you're going to totally do that with your setup. Yeah, I hope so. A live movie has to be a simple sketch. Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to necessarily be like a live movie where like it's set up as in like we have a script and stuff like that and we're trying to like act out something. Although that would be kind of funny as like an acting challenge. But I think if it's live, like improv would be kind of funny. But basically like I'm thinking about what types of content can be done in the live setting. And the one that I thought about was like podcast is pretty simple to do in a live setting because it's like a radio show where people can listen in and you can do it live and it doesn't really require like because if we do like a movie per se, there has to be some type of sketch or not sketch, a script or something that they have to follow, and it's not always like they'll get it right the first time. But even if they, I think kind of, even if they didn't get it right the first time, we could just run with it. Maybe it might be kind of interesting like that. But yeah, I'm just curious, like what can be the next steps of live streaming, right? And I think Jake was really in the direction when he was doing the Game Changer stuff with Tempo Storm. Like that stuff was like, can this be the future of live streaming? And it was like really interesting to me. MV Gaz. Oh, MVG Savage 3RD just followed. Thank you for the follow. Ooh. Ask Ness about his history as a Twitch troll. Okay, that sounds interesting. Do you know of Ness' history as a Twitch troll? Let me add that. History as a Twitch troll. How did SS influence on you differ in the way that LA has changed you? Is this a question? Are we talking about the podcast or are you just asking me these questions? Because that sounds like it's more for me. And I can answer that if that's a question for me. Have you heard of Cast? I've never had that. I'm asking you. SF's influence you differ in the way that LA has changed you. I think the thing about San Francisco and LA, especially if you're not from LA, is that if you are outside of LA, well, maybe I can't talk about like everywhere, everyone who has come out of LA. From outside of LA into LA, but I feel like if you come from outside of LA, LA to you is really like you look to LA as a place of opportunity, and this is the place that you have to go so that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, like your dreams and stuff, you know? So like if you have creative dream, like for example, Hollywood is the place where all the actors went because they wanted to become movie stars or something like that. So they chased their dream. They moved to LA, they moved to Hollywood to become an actor, or anyone that was in that industry, become a cameraman, become a whatever, right? I don't really think about San Francisco like that because San Francisco is not a place where you go to become an actor, right? We don't really have that industry. So as someone who came from San Francisco to come to LA, to kind of figure out who I am as a person and to figure out what I wanted to do, I think that coming to LA kind of changed me so that I can kind of figure out like, so now that I'm in this spot right now as like a content creator, I think if I had continued to live in San Francisco or something like that, I would have been totally different. Like the industry up there is like the tech industry. I would have joined the tech industry. So it's just like the industries and the whole vibe and the mentality of the city kind of changes you on that sense, if that makes any sense. I don't know the story, but he used to be a pretty hardcore troll when he started streaming on his current stream sometimes. Okay, I can ask him about that. Pull some Nardwar questions. I don't know what that is. Tech bros move to SF to become tech bros. Yeah, exactly. So I think that if you are interested in companies like Google or YouTube or something like that, then moving up to the Bay Area and the San Francisco area is kind of like a dream for you if you are interested in going into the tech field. So as someone who graduated, or someone who grew up in San Francisco, that was where my path was going to be, right? I thought that I was going to become an engineer. So I got into an engineering college and I graduated as an engineer. But turns out my college is in Southern California, and I got really interested in the culture around here, and I got very acclimated to like Los Angeles, Southern California ideals. So I think that's kind of an interesting question. I feel like everyone on Twitch lives in Texas, as is LA is to Hollywood. Well, the people who are streaming and living in Texas is because the living expenses are cheaper than LA and if you in California. So if you don't really consider needing to have to be in like a city of some kind and you can just live wherever and stream online, like you just need to be in your room, Texas is a good state to live in. What did you study in college? Electrical engineering and computer engineering technology. John, what time did you wake up today? I woke up about 1 p.m. Ask Nest if he was really scared in that abandoned hospital or was it an act? Okay, so questions like this is like, I think I kind of want to ask you guys how you guys feel about this. So those are questions that like you guys are interested in more than I am interested in because I really can't bring that up in a conversation and talk about it because I didn't watch that stream or anything like that. It seems so obscure to me. So it's not really a question that I can ask, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying it's a bad question, but it's not really something that I can ask from my end. So this is what I want to ask you guys, chat. I want to include a way that the Twitch chat can be involved in asking some type of questions in a way, but I'm thinking about the correct way to do it, and there's a few different ways. So if you guys have any thought about how I can allow the Twitch chat to ask such questions in a good way, the best way, not just like posting it in the chat, and then that means we'd have to scan and curate some questions and whatnot, and there's probably going to be a lot of stuff that like's not really even good questions or anything like that. But if you guys have any idea of how I could do that, I would be interested in what you guys hear, in hearing what you guys think, because the way that I thought about doing it was I have a list of every time when someone donates, sends bits or subs, there's a little message that goes with it. And then so if we did it through the subs and donations and stuff like that, you know how they have like text-to-speech or something? I can then read if people do a sub or like a donation, and then like if you wanted to donate and really ask the question like that, like was he really scared, then at some point I'll do like a segment where I read from the subs or the donations or something like that. So I want to ask you guys if you guys think that's a good idea. From what I'm thinking, I think that's a good idea because not only does it allow people to get involved in the conversation, it also weeds out some of the dumb questions. And if they want to do some of the dumb questions, like at least I'll get some money off of it, you know, some support. So I think that might be kind of good. But I feel like at the same time, there might not be a lot of people who would want to donate to ask such questions. So there's another streamer who does a podcast, and his name is Knackers, and he came into the stream before. Basically, he has a bot that people can do, and they do like exclamation Q, and then they write down the question that they want to do. All the questions get added to a Google Doc sheet, and then he reads off of it at the end of the stream. So I thought that was super interesting, but I think the way that I explained it might be a little bit better. That way I can at least get some money. Dude, this music is too loud. And this music sucks. Skip that one. Turn it down a little bit. I think you need to categorize questions like easy to difficult. I don't think I need to do that. The audience is just you. No, there's the chat. When is the next podcast? It's gonna be tomorrow. I've watched AC Twitch podcasts and questions were whispered to a mod. I don't want to expect my mods to do anything in the podcast because you guys already know how my mods are. I honestly don't expect my mods. I don't really expect much from my mods. Like I don't want them to really work ever, and they honestly don't work. So sometimes they'll shoot someone every once in a while, maybe like 1 or 2 people per stream, but yeah, I don't want to put the pressure on them to like do anything because they don't get paid or anything, or so the stuff that they already do is already enough for me. I don't want to expect them to do anything. Snarkaroni says, I think requiring payment to participate violates TOS. That is not true. That's not true. It violates TOS to pay for someone to like do something sexual or like self-harm or take alcohol shots or something like that. But to incentivize like questions and participation through donations is totally not violating TOS. I don't care enough about the answer to pay for it. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't care. I also don't care enough about the answer. So that's why I don't really care. I don't want to have questions like that if people don't really care that much. You could set up a section in your Discord where people can post their questions in advance. There is a section in the Discord already, but it's not guaranteed that I'm gonna ask those questions. So if you guys go into my Discord, by the way, Graceful Trails, thanks for coming in. I don't recognize that name, so maybe you might be new here. But if you go to my Discord, !Discord, there is a channel on the Discord called Podcast, and I leave it up to, you know, if you guys want to add anything about the podcast, and all the updates and announcements about the podcast are going to be there. Read TOS again. How about you read the TOS and then you get back to me so I don't have to read the TOS. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about, but I could be wrong. Would donation questions interrupt the podcast? So the way I would have it is that maybe I would make like a little sound or something like that, but we wouldn't have to like immediately get to the question. It would just be like maybe between every section of the stream I'll go into the questions. Maybe like halftime in the podcast I'll go into the questions. But honestly, I don't expect many people to like ask questions in the podcast. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing in the TOS that says that I can't do that, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, you can make the same argument about people like twerking for subs or like writing people's names on their arms and foreheads and stuff like that. I mean, those guys never got banned, so I don't see why mine would be at all TOS. Yo, Billy from upstairs, what's up? How's it going? And everyone else in the chat. Beach life one day, snarkaroni hot cups. Everyone else, Lake Art. We're just talking about some stuff. Today is kind of like a freestyle stream. We're talking about the podcast that we're going to have tomorrow. If you weren't here before, the podcast is going to be tomorrow with twitch.tv/NEZST. You guys could give him a follow. It's getting darker now, right? Like the sun's going down, so I think I need to turn on some lights a little bit. Maybe if I open the window a little bit. I'm on in 2 channels and you can't charge people for basic participation. So I mod for like 10 channels, and I don't, if you can give me a specific line in the TOS that says that, then I'll say you're right, but I don't think you're right. Modding for 2 channels. So what? I think asking if there's a streamer or content creator that sparked them wanting to get into streaming is interesting, and did the model their initial ideas after them go a different route. I think asking if there's a streamer or content creator that sparked them wanting to get into streaming. Oh yeah. Okay, I got it. I had to read it a second time. It was too big. The camera is clean. Thank you. Who do you mod for, John? I don't know, dude. I have mods in so many channels. I guess technically I don't mod. I just have mods in channels. Yeah, technically I don't mod. So I don't mod for any channel. I mod for my own channel. Just do it, and if your channel gets banned or not, then we know for sure. No need to argue. Yeah, I don't know, because you know, people come in here and then they have like they think they know everything, and it's like, okay, are you certified? Do you have like the do you have a Twitch TOS license or something like that? Like, trying to tell me this stuff, like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, who cares, dude? People literally fart into microphones for subs. So, whatever. If you get banned, it'll be 3 days max, and you'll be back with ASMR. Yeah, right. Whatever. You get banned, it doesn't make a difference. I'll get banned. If I get banned, I'll get banned. Whatever. I don't care. I get banned. Okay, anyways. So that's the content that I'm gonna have coming up. I'm also gonna be, wait, what day is it? It's the 27th. I think it's gonna be June soon. What's the topic of a conversation, John? I was just talking about the people were asking me about the podcast tomorrow and how I want to do it. And then so I think that, so some of the things that I'm thinking about on my end are, one, the questions that I'm going to ask. So if you didn't know, let me just say it one more time. The guest for tomorrow is going to be Nest, twitch.tv/NEZST. And we're going to have him come on, and I'm going to try to do the podcast that I've been talking about for the longest time. I need to set up this whole room and all the cameras and the lights and whatnot. So you guys will actually have experience with my vision of this podcast, so we'll finally get to do it. We're going to ask him these questions that I haven't prepared yet, because he volunteered to come on tomorrow. So I wasn't ready for him to come on. I thought I was gonna ask him to come on later in the future, but he actually came out and said that he would be down to come tomorrow. So we're gonna have Nest tomorrow. I don't have really much stuff prepared for him, and I'm thinking about how to do the questions and what questions and all that other stuff. So yeah. Is that a cow behind you? Yeah, it's actually it's like a piggy bank kind of, but it's supposed to be a thing that so this is like a lychee jelly container. If you go to like an Asian market, you could probably find it in like the snacks and candy section. So there's like lychee jellies in here, but what you do is after you eat all the lychee jellies, you can turn it into a coin bank, like a piggy bank. And I got like the cow shaped one. So there's a lot of coins in here. And I didn't know where else to put it, so I put it on my shelf. This is from Wii Sports. Do you remember what you were doing June 2020? Let's see, COVID hit in January, February, March, April, May, June, January, February. Oh, it's a hit in March. January, February, March, April, May, June. What was I doing in June 2020? That's a weird question. I know July 4th was when my tooth got punched out. So this was kind of like in the middle of the pandemic. I think we met with, what's their name? We did a collaboration stream with Jin, Nest, and Rooney. Do you guys remember Rooney? I don't know if they're streaming anymore because they moved to Colorado. But we did like an IRL streamer meetup in June at some point. And that was kind of fun. It's going to be the first podcast from you. A couple mistakes will be a given. You can review. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just want to fucking start it because I've actually been thinking about this podcast since like last year for the longest time. I mentioned that I wanted to do it like in January, so it's already fucking almost July. Are you getting any food? Yeah, I'm gonna get food for Nest. That is something that I need to think of too. So, like, what food can I get? I don't really have a lot of money too. And Nest is vegan, so we'll see. You guys went to Universal? Not last year, no, it was Long Beach. You were always outside in 2020. Yeah. So I think this podcast is pretty interesting because basically the way I'm thinking about this podcast is how I grew as a streamer from 2020 to 2021. And during 2020, I was pretty much grinding Twitch in order to get partner up until recently. So now that like the only thing I expected myself from when I started streaming was like I was gonna be only IRL streaming the whole time. It's like I'm gonna be one of those, and everyone before me was like that, right? Like Jay Streezy and like Jake and Bake and all these guys, they're all just doing like this content, and I felt like I was following in that path, right? The more that I did it, and up until like towards the end of last year, the more that I did it and the more that I grinded doing IRL streaming. And I think around that time was kind of like when the riots and stuff were happening. So my viewership was like going up and down. Like it was spiking and it was going down, and I was just trying to grow my channel and stuff like that. But towards the end of last year, I realized like, dude, this is not sustainable, and it's like really hard to do also, and it's not really in it for me to do this type of content. So I'm actually a lot happier now with with like the way that I'm doing my stream, in terms of like how comfortable I am streaming, than how I was before, maybe like a few months ago. Like at the beginning of this year, I was like really unhappy with how my stream was going. But now I don't really care about my like now that I'm partner, I don't really care that much. What happened to the streamer from when he went to Knots? I met CeeLo Flow, but he's not a streamer. He's just in the chat. Yeah, Ness is coming over. Vegan FOD is hard to get used to though, I think. I don't think it's that hard. It's just hard to find. Ask your guests to bring the food. Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. Toss in some questions like the hurdles of being a male IRL streamer, gaining opportunities, wins and losses through streams, etc. Yeah, coconut cream pie. Those are good questions. Hurdles of being a male IRL streamer? Male IRL streamer. Gaining opportunities and wins. I think, yeah, these are really good questions. I don't know if Ness can answer those, but I'll write them down. Let's see. Hurdles. And wins and losses. That's a good question. Super good question. Podcast not might be sustainable for you. You'll run out of streamer guests. Yeah, that's another thing too. But I think for me, I'm really curious about like, how can I put this? I'm curious and I'm really interested to talk about the life of being a streamer. And as one that has experienced a lot of struggles with streaming, whether it be like creative or technical or whatever, just like experiencing the streamer life, I think it's just pretty interesting to talk about, and also to hear about other people's experience too. So yeah, this podcast probably won't be sustaining, and I honestly can't guarantee that I might just like give up on this podcast because of like, you know, many reasons, like whether it be like I can't find enough guests, or I feel like I'm not good enough to do this podcast or whatever. But I feel like it's just something that I should try to start, because there's not a lot of project options when it comes to live streaming. So, I mean, I feel like there's a lot actually, but the ones that make sense, I feel like the podcast one is like a low-hanging fruit. It's like the closest thing to do for live streaming. And so I just really want to make like an interesting show like that. This is the question is like, what show can I make for live streaming? And probably like the number one answer that comes to your head is like, oh, it's a podcast. So I think that's pretty decent. Order Ethiopian food. Ooh. Maybe $22 for 2 people. Oh, wait, that one has fish. Yeah, there is an Ethiopian one. Ethiopian food might be good. It's hard to grow if you only interview people you already know. That's not true. That's not true. I can grow. Because, like, I've never done the podcast before or interviewed people. So it's like, by interviewing anyone is like gonna grow. Maybe to a certain point that's true, but I don't think that's true. I mean, for sure I'm gonna interview people I don't know in the future if I continue to do it, but in the beginning. You can be fluid and make it like hurdles of an IRL streamer instead, behind the scenes when the cameras are off. The parasocial relationship of streamer and chat. That is a very interesting thing. So I think that for a good portion of this is going to be more focused on Nest, but I want there to be like a percentage of this podcast where we talk about what we think about topics that are related to live streaming. It's not necessarily like about us personally, but that topic of like, yeah, the parasocial relationship between streamers and chat is like a pretty interesting topic. But I feel like I don't really have too much to share on that topic because I've never been in like a very interesting parasocial relationship with myself in my chat. I think personally, I have like a kind of weird relationship where I distance myself a lot between people that I really like I've never met before on stream at all. Like the people in my chat, like I don't know any of you guys, so I don't really consider you guys as like people that I know, let alone friends or anything like that. But at the same time, I do know parts of you guys from being on my stream. Like I'll recognize you if you came up to me in the street and said, "Hey, my name is blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Oh, I have like a reference of you," right? So I think that's kind of interesting, right? But I don't necessarily think like, "Oh yeah, I know of this guy, unless you guys were like other streamers or the mods that I have set up on this stream, because I have known you guys. And the only people that I mod on here are people that I know IRL. So I think that's kind of one thing. Like the people who are mods on my channel, I know all of them personally, except for Warcraft. That's the only other one. But that is a very interesting topic. I don't have like a really cool story to tell you about the parasocial relationship though. So I think that would be like a little bit better. He doesn't think we're friends. I mean, I don't know how I could consider you guys as my friends. Because even though you guys come in here, like, to be 100% honest, I have no idea what you guys are like, besides just the chat. I don't know what you guys' interests are. I don't know what your guys' beliefs are or values or anything like that, and how you guys present yourself. And also, you guys don't know like the real me that's not on stream either. I mean, you guys know a lot about me, like a lot more than people should know about me, but you guys really don't know like the true parts about me that are like not as interesting, like who my family is, where I grew up, and like my relationships with people, my girlfriends and boyfriends. Like we didn't go through stuff together. I mean, we went through stuff together on stream, but I guess that kind of counts. But it was more so you're experiencing it through the stream. You're seeing it. You're seeing me experience it, and that's like how it is for us together, as opposed to us doing something together at the same time. I guess it's a tricky topic to talk about. So yeah, I'm just a bot, dude. You don't seem interested in us as people, what we do, where we live, etc. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not interested, because there's no reason for me to be interested into you guys. Like, are you presenting your life to me? No. So we can go being from random to regulars. Is Scentless your friend? Yeah, we met in person. He's cool. Had any boyfriends? No. John already nailing the parasocial topic down. Yeah, it's tricky to talk about the parasocial relationship. Some people will get butthurt about it. We're here to give you money. But I've never given you money. Yo, Cook Sucks, what's up? Look at this stream quality. Yeah, look at it. It's getting dark though. Maybe I should turn on some lights. It's getting darker and darker. Is that better? It's a little bit better, right? Most streamers get to know their chat, or at least try to. I mean, I don't think that's 100% true. I only know you guys through the chat, and I feel like I don't know what streamers try. I mean, I guess some streamers do. I feel like That's not true. Most streamers, that's a very generic thing to say. General thing to say. What if all of us here met you IRL? Does that make you your friends? That's not necessarily true either. It depends on how we interact, maybe. The depth of field. Yeah, I tried to create the separation between the back and the front. It's difficult for one person to remember every time using about hundreds of people. I don't care. Yeah. I don't know anyone from my chat. I just pretend. Yeah, see, like, as streamers, I think this is something that you should know. There are definitely different types of streamers. Ones that are like more closely knit to their community, and there are those that are like me. And I think that I can say the same for most streamers, which is why I don't believe that most streamer statement that you made is true. Where as a streamer, we don't expect to know that much about the viewers, right? I mean, we'll know bits and pieces of people, but we'll never really know you, right? We'll know things about you through the way that you said stuff in your stream, like, oh, I used to live in Bakersfield, or I used to, you know, go to that supermarket or restaurant and it's really good and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I know that you've been here and I know that you did. And through people's stories in the chat, then we'll know stuff about you. But the fact is that we've like never really met or anything like that, so I don't really know you. And the way that like this parasocial relationship is actually pretty interesting to talk about between the streamer and the chat, because it's like, as a streamer, I don't expect to know you guys. Like, as a streamer and the way a streamer is, their expectation is that we are here to entertain you and enjoy entertaining ourselves. We're not like, my goal here isn't to like know everyone in the chat. That's not my goal. You know, my goal here is just to make interesting content that I like. So yeah, and through that, it's about meeting some people. Yeah, and I think that this is 100% true. If I met John IRL, give me that mod sword. Yeah, Coconut Cream Pie, he has been coming to my channel and supporting the stream for so long, and I feel like really comfortable with what he says in the chat and stuff like that. So my only rule is that if we met IRL, I'll give him a sword. So if Coconut Cream Pie ever came IRL, he can collect the sword for sure. Just trade PDFs with your life story. We need in-depth. Moondog F8. Not all streamers have that as a goal though. Some go hard as fuck farming parasocial relationships. That is true. So I want to say that, like, I can't represent every streamer out there. I can only represent, I want to say, the majority of streamers, which is like, by majority, I mean like the largest piece of the pie, which is not like 50% of the pie. You know, there's like different cuts of it. And I want to say like a lot of streamers are, because I mean, what are we gonna do? Like, get super close with our community and then suddenly some guy in the chat is gonna be like, hey man, I can't watch you anymore because now I have a daughter and so I can't be on Twitch. And so I'm gonna be like, what the fuck, man, you know, get invested and shit. I'd be like, yeah, dude, that's your life, man, whatever, you know. So I feel like some people get invested in people's lives in the wrong way. What? I got us up. Damn. Yo, thank you. Cook sucks with the Amazon Prime. What the hell? Thank you. You just knocked out all the other topics of what people are saying. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. Majority of the streamers aren't looking to ban people as entertainment. That's also true. But there is a percentage of streamers who enjoy that. And I'm one. I would not accept you to know about my love beaches. The quick camera switch is always fun. Maybe I should have one camera switch that's like it's closer, you know, like really close to my face and stuff. Anyways, Cook Sucks, thank you for the sub, the Twitch Prime, the Amazon Prime. Hey, you guys, Cook Sucks, he's in Korea right now. I'm sure most of you guys know who he is. He's an IRL streamer who's in Korea right now. He's gonna be there for a little bit longer, and then he'll be back here in LA. So we're expecting him once he gets back. I think sometimes it just happens over time. Streamers have regular viewers, and it just happens organically. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like we don't really like try to like learn a lot about our streamers. It's not like it's not a mission of a lot of streamers to like, I gotta know everything about someone, because honestly a lot of us don't really care. We respect you guys as at least the normal people will respect you guys as human beings and not try to dig deep, you know. And it's honestly, it's not sustaining to just have your whole friends, like have everyone be your friend, you know. So yeah, that parasocial relationship chat is pretty interesting, and I wish to get like some other streamers' perspective on that, because honestly I don't really have like a cool story to tell you guys about having any parasocial relationships with people in the chat, because nothing cool ever really happened, but that's what I expect. Didn't you say you don't watch that many streams? Yeah, true. I don't. Cook Sucks stream about his horrible cooking. Oh shit, ABC Oakland's in here. What's up? What's up, man? It's gonna come in here and say some insults as per usual. When is Ness coming? Ness is gonna come tomorrow. So Ness will be here tomorrow. He said 6-ish. I'm trying to get an idea of when we can actually start. I want to say we could start around 7. How do you know about other streamers engage with their chats? How do you know how other streamers engage with their chats? I mean, I do. I said I don't watch a lot of streamers, but I have watched a ton of streams. I've watched a ton. I mean, these days I don't watch that more, but that doesn't mean I haven't watched hours of Cook Sucks streams, EXBC streams, Avoiding the Puddle streams. Like I watch tons, and on my off time I'll like go into people's streams. Like I always try to find new streams, but yeah, I don't really watch streams that much anymore, but I used to. Would you interview VTubers? Yeah, sure. Why not? Me. Parasocial relationships expand the social network in a way that negates the chance of rejection and empowers individuals to model and identify with individuals of their choosing who naturally... What the hell? Alright, I don't really want to... There's too many big words in there. But I'm glad that you spelled everything correctly. Off-time John Spankot, yeah. Are you comfortable standing like this while you're chill on a chair? No, I'm not comfortable standing like this, especially for how long I've been standing like this for so long. For some, the one-sided nature of relationships is a relief from strained complementary relationships in their real life. One-sided nature of relationships is a relief from the strained complementary relationships. Sure, I'll agree to that. Here's to that, brother. Cheers. Whatever she said. Pumpkin Pin. Hey, yo, Pumpkin Pin's in the chat. What's up? Dude, Pumpkin Pin is an IRL streamer in Thailand. That's cool. Yeah, Pumpkin Pin is an IRL streamer from Thailand. Alright, anyways. Hey, I think Snarkaroni is trying to, like, find a way to make the shit that I say invalid. So I want to tell you this. Like, yeah, I don't watch that many streams, to be honest with you. But as a live streamer, I feel like I may not be like the most, you know, have on tabs with all the streamers and stuff like that and to know what they are, but I do have the experience of being a streamer, and as someone who is in there, I've watched a shit ton of streams. And I know how a lot of, at least IRL streamers and the streamers that I know are. So I have that experience. It can become unhealthy very quickly, though, especially when people realize their feelings aren't reciprocated. Yeah, that's true. How do we even, like, it's kind of crazy how we're just talking about this parasocial relationship topic. This is, like, kind of not detracting, but it's, like, tangent to what we were already talking about. I'm just pointing out what you already said, dude. Yeah, I don't really watch that many people's streams, to be honest, these days. But that doesn't mean I haven't watched a lot of streams. Over time, so many experiences are shared with John SF, Daly, or Justin Bieber or Jay-Z that we develop an intimacy and friendship with the media user and feel that they know and understand us. Are you gonna go anywhere today? No, I was planning to go out somewhere, but I woke up too late. So I decided just to stay home and have this sorry just chatting stream of me standing up. And also, this is kind of like a test of this microphone because I've never used this microphone before on stream. This is the Rode NT1, and it's like a singing microphone. So if I wanted to, I could sing. Good plan. My plan originally was to go to the Hollywood Sound Expo, which was in Burbank, and I was going to... So the Hollywood Sound Expo is like an event for the audio industry, but there was only one brand that I knew of, which was Deity microphones, and I'm kind of regret like not going. It probably wasn't going to be like the coolest thing, but I woke up too late, so yeah. Be prepared as a streamer, you will eventually succumb to the likes of the famous. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down, dude. I'm down. One of the things that I'm worried about, though, is that famous people are like... They have a lot of problems. And it's like stuff that I wish I didn't have. So, you know, it's kind of like... Okay, this is an interesting topic to say, because the thing about streaming and actually just being a creator or anything in general like that, the goal of doing it is to be as popular as possible, like to have as many views and stuff like that. But the problem is that if you get too many, if you get too popular, then you won't be able to handle your own fame, and because like people just will talk shit about you and stuff like that. So it's like very toxic to your mentality. So you have to like find a way to balance between having a good mental and like criticism of what people give to you and stuff like that. So it's like it's really mentally draining as a creator. But the goal is to get to that level. So it's like, it's kind of like it's like conflicting in a sense, where you want to be like that good, but at the same time, like once you're that popular, like you lose value. It's kind of like okay, I'll give you kind of a parallel to this. Let's say you're a band, right? And you release your first album. You're not really that popular at that time. You release your first album, but you put a shit ton of work in your first album, right? And this is like your emotion and like your when you're most creative. And then over time, bands will release their second, third album, and they're not as good, but they sell more because, you know, now that they're with the label or something like that, or they have more more exposure and people have listened to them more. So over time, like these bands, they have shittier and shittier music, but they're like more famous now or whatever, or like they have less creative freedom. So I think that's kind of interesting. So like as a creator, I think that kind of happens too, where like, so as someone who did IRL streaming in the beginning, strictly IRL streaming, I was really into it for a while until I got to the point where I got like, I kind of got sick of doing it, because I felt like it, the more you did it, the more I did it, the more annoyed I got of it, and the more I felt like I was being put into like a box of what IRL streaming and what streaming should be, right? So it's like, in terms of the creativeness of it, like there's some things that people expect from IRL streamers. Like they expect when you get a sub, you get a dance, or like get someone's Instagram or something like that. And I didn't want to be in this box, and I felt like restricted, and I was just like totally sick of it. So this is why I'm kind of like doing other things like this. I think this is just more what I'm into, you know what I mean? So yeah. John, interesting facts you don't care about. I have a cat, I love the beach, and currently a gecko lizard in my apartment somewhere. Now you know me. That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Damn, see, if everyone came into the chat and just said some facts about themselves, then we would feel more closer, right? But really the way it is like the people who come in here, they're only here to learn about the streamer. Damn, she got a lizard. What do you want people to know? I did it because other was no way to interact with pandemic happening. I so glad to be done now. Excuse me. Yo, love my toe. What's up? Yeah, that makes sense. There's a study that the Twitch science team did that they talked about at a TwitchCon. And whenever you guys go to TwitchCon, or if you watch the TwitchCon live streams, there's one panel that I always recommend, and it's the science team's panel. Unfortunately, they didn't have TwitchCon last year, and I didn't attend the TwitchCon before that because I was out of the country. But one of the figures that they always give like really interesting findings about what they do. But one of the findings that they did is that a lot of the reasons why people start becoming a streamer is because they feel like they have something that they want to share, and they want to meet people who have a common interest in what they want to share. For example, if I am a Mario tennis streamer or something like that, and I think that I can do a good job at making Mario tennis content, there has got to be other people that exist in the world that are also interested in Mario tennis content. So that's why I want to start, because I want to connect with these people and I want to make content for them. and I want to see what they're about. So I want to involve myself in the community of Mario Tennis. I'm just using Mario Tennis as an example. This ain't about me. What's up? Welcome. So they found that is like the number one reason why, the biggest reason why a lot of streamers start streaming. There's also other reasons why, like, people, they want to be popular, or they want to get paid, or for whatever reason, you know, like find a job and stuff like that. But that was like the biggest one, and I think that's pretty interesting. I like strolls on the beach late at night, puppies and flowers. I have a picture. Its tail is missing. I'll post it in the Discord. Hey, yeah, dude. Beach life, post it in the Discord. That's tight. Right? That's what I like. You know? Chat, if you guys have pets and cool shit to share like that, yeah, send them in the Discord. You know? I'm down to look at that. And if, especially, I like it when people put the shit that they eat, like they take pictures and they put it in the Discord. Dude, I love seeing stuff like that. Pet pictures and food? Hell yeah. I love seeing shit like that in the Discord. That shit's tight. Did John have a pet? I never had a pet. My parents never wanted to have pets or anything like that. TrickyBot, I love your foodie streams, and I live not too far from LA, so I can go and try these places for myself one day if I like. Yeah, I really like foodie influencers and foodie content creators, because it's like, yeah, I feel that way too. When they go and they eat somewhere, I feel like I can go there too and I could try it. But the thing is that I'm not good at making foodie content, and I really should like start doing TikTok or Instagram with the food, because I already go there and I eat. I just need to learn how to like make better content like that. So I feel like, you know, I'm not branded as a foodie at all, by any means, but I really do enjoy like doing foodie stuff. It's under pics. Okay, let's take a look. Where's my phone? What did I do with my phone? What the hell? Hey, I just sent Nest a text, and I don't know where I put the phone. Oh, here it was underneath the. It's underneath the thing. Let's take a look at beach life shit. I had another message. Hey, you didn't post? Oh, there it is. Here it is. This is my Mediterranean gecko. It now lives here apparently because I can't catch it. This is Beach Life's gecko. Take a look. Oh shit, it's too bright. Damn. Hey, anyone who has reptile phobia, look away. I should have said that before I like showed this, but it's pretty cute. Is it supposed to be white like that, or is it because it has that like chameleon like thing where it can change colors and stuff? Ness is streaming right now. Damn, I really wish I had that teleprompter. That way I could look directly at the camera. But that teleprompter thing broke in the mail. Riptail. It's a cute insurance salesman. Dude, okay, hold on. I'm a little hungry, guys. I think I'm gonna I have some Burger King, leftover Burger King. I'm gonna air fry it really quick. Let's air fry this. I'm hungry. Hold on. Here we go. So I bought the chicken and Whopper deal, and I ate the chicken, but I didn't eat the Whopper. So I have like a Whopper. The ghost is acting up. In an effort to save money. You know, I didn't make any money this month because I was not working this month. So I'm gonna microwave this. I'm just gonna take out the lettuce and the tomatoes and stuff. Let me separate this really quick. I feel like it's getting super dark now, right? Isn't it getting super dark? It's kind of moody, right? The lighting. Hold on, let me do this first. Music's weird. What is this music? Alright, I took off the lettuce and the tomatoes and stuff. I'm gonna wrap it. I'm gonna put it on this foil. I'm not gonna poke holes in it because last time I did that, it was just so annoying to do. It's totally not worth poking holes in it. It's more work than it is even to try to poke holes. And then I'm gonna heat it for 4 minutes. Maybe that's enough. What were you saying? Hey, Warcraft is in here. What's up, Warcraft? I got the chicken and Whopper deal in New York City. Homeless man asked me for cash, so I gave him my Whopper. Did he want the Whopper? One time I gave food to, or was it me? I forgot who it was, but there was a story of a guy giving like food to a homeless guy instead of giving him money. And then the homeless guy was like, "What the fuck is this?" And he just like threw it in. I don't want your fucking leftovers. I want money. First an air fryer, next a sous vide setup. I want one. I hella want a sous vide. I hella want one, but I don't really cook enough to warrant one. Let alone I don't have the money to buy one too. But I would love to get one. It would make making poached eggs so much easier. Sous vide, is that how you pronounce it? Sorry, sous vide. It's parler le français. What's up, Slipstream? How's it going? Could take extra steps to sous vide a burger as well. How do you do that? Isn't sous vide supposed to be in water or something? Okay, I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna stream for a little bit more. It's already 8. Man, I feel like it's so dark. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Alright, how's that? I turned up the key light a little bit. Now the background is not as moody because the light is pointing directly in this direction. It's supposed to be kind of from the side, but I don't have anywhere else to put that light. You guys notice the difference? It's a lot of difference right there. Vacuum seal the Whopper, then cook it in water. Is it gonna come out like mushy with the bread and stuff? The vacuum sealer is very handy. Would you just cook just the meat? I feel like if you put the bread in the plastic sealer, then it's gonna just come out all flat, right? I don't mind my stray gecko pets, just not really liking the odd colored ones in my house. You can put marinade and our seasonings with the meat. Excuse me. How do you guys like this kind of this scene that I made? This setup that I have. Do you guys enjoy this? I think it looked a little bit better earlier, but now that it's getting too dark, I had to boost up the key light a little bit so that I can get some light up in here. But what it does is that it doesn't really separate me from the background, so I have to get like a little bit more distance. But I think it's pretty interesting. I just wanted to try to do something new today without having to like set up my whole desk and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not using like any of the lights. Maybe let's see if I can kind of create like a. You guys want to try to create like a music video kind of lighting? Let's see if I could do that. What if I could do that? I need to turn the lights on though. Whoa. Whoa. Hold up. Let me see if I can change that. Too much blue on me. And then I think I need to get like one harsh light that's like a orangey kind of thing. Oh, I have this guy. I have this guy. Oh, it's a little too strong though. Let's turn it down a little bit. I love it, but knowing you're standing like that, you are Hams got to be very uncomfortable. I don't understand why the large chat monitor behind you, where you can't see it. Well, okay, this setup is that TV is supposed to be there for like when I do other setups, but there's no way I can like lift this up in order to get this in there better. But I just figured it's just gonna be there. Yeah, it's not really it's not very motivating to be there in the back and you can't really see it. But the point of this is that it exists so that you know that this is a live stream, basically. That's the whole point. It's not really so that you can read off of it. It's more so that it just, this video is a live stream instead of having like the thing there, you know. It's like flowers. It's not really, it doesn't have a function. It's just there. How do you guys like this lighting? It's kind of like a music video, right? The blue lighting gives off the impression you're going to give us an ad about Raycon Bluetooth earbuds. I wanted to kind of, this type of lighting is supposed to kind of look like a sunset, maybe. Maybe I should make it. Hold on, let's see what else. I didn't want to make it purple. There it is. How's this? Does this look like a Twitch stream? Because Twitch streamers usually use purple. I guess this is more of a deep blue, right? This is like a sunset kind of thing. I think this is a little strong. Swap out the amber for magenta for cyberpunk aesthetic. The amber for magenta. Oh, I can't change the color of this. I can change this color, but this is okay. This light right here is actually an Edison bulb, and there's only one color. I can make it dimmer, but I can't really like change the color of it. It's only one color. Anyways, that's the like motivating light that's over here on the side. It's kind of illuminating the left side of me, which is your right. Ryan Gosling lighting. This is very Twitch streamer-esque, right? You're looking pretty twitchy right now? Yeah. Most Twitch streams have this color lighting for whatever reason. I don't know why. But they often go with like the magenta and the blues, or the blue, magenta, and purple kind. Maybe like a little bit of pink or something. Okay, let's see if we can get something else. Hold on. How about that? Alright, this is more of a light blue. So it kind of looks like an ocean. I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, the Whopper's done. Oh shit. Whoa! Oh! We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, how can I put this back onto here? I'm putting the lettuce and tomatoes and onions back on that I took off. Okay. it's hot. Nice. Here it is, leftover Whopper. I moved the air fryer over here just for the stream. Chicken sando. I already ate the chicken sando. So, I think it was, I was probably like off stream one day. Maybe this was like a couple days ago. But I bought the chicken Whopper combo for dinner. And I just ate the chicken. And then I just saved the Whopper. So maybe this is like 2 days old. You guys hear that? The ASMR of me eating a Whopper. Whopper ASMR. I don't know how good this mic is. Supposedly, this mic and the Shure SM7B are like the two mics that are like heavily considered within their price ranges, within like a similar price range for what they're used for. But they're just like totally opposite for what you use it for. So the other one is just for like spoken word and voiceovers, and this one is more for musical performances. But supposedly they're both really good. And I think that you can probably hear like other ambient stuff too, maybe, right? I don't have to be like super close to this microphone in order for you to hear me. That's all. I want to get rid of this. The nano leaves are like too gamery. I'm gonna get rid of the nano leaf soon. Well, I can't reach it with my phone. I'm trying to like change the color to white. Too much. I still haven't tried the chicken sando. Sounds like a game changer. Yeah, dude, it's so good. I don't want to say it's like a game changer because the Jollibee one is very similar to it. I would recommend trying the Jollibee one too. But yeah, it's really good. I just got the Burger King one because it's cheaper and closer. Spicy chicken? I got the spicy one when I did get it. Hey, do you guys see the motion blur? I don't know what frame rate I'm recording this at. I want to say this is 24 frames, but I don't know if it actually comes out as 24 frames to you guys on the stream. But this is definitely not like 60 frames. This is either 30 or 24 frames. I don't remember what I set it to. I'm having a homemade chicken sando. Nice. Rue QKP, first time chat. Where is the VOD? You and Hot Chubby. It would be on Hot Chubby's stream, but Hot Chubby doesn't save her VODs. So there's no VOD. There might be some clips, but yeah, there's no VOD. I'm just eating the sandwich. She has her VODs on YouTube? Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe she records the VODs somehow and then posts it. But as far as I know, she doesn't have VODs on her YouTube or her Twitch channel, so I don't know about the YouTube. Haircut, John? Yeah, I got a haircut. I can look like Kim Jong-un. We got the Kim Jong-un hair. It's too short. I'm not really that comfortable with this hair. I split in the middle. My hair girl said to do it like this. So, there's a lot of crumbs on the floor now. Hey, do you guys know that one guy who had a Netflix special? What's his name? Bill Burgess or something? Bill Burgess? I feel like the way that I have my room set up right now is like that. Bill Engvall? Is that guy? Cause like my room has a lot of different lights. I feel like I'm about to do like a musical performance or something. Point in any direction with a neutral face. Jeez, this hair is too crazy, dude. Why did my hair girl want to do this hair like this? I'm not a huge fan. I feel like my head is too big for this. This is not my style. Rue QKP just followed. Thank you for the follow. Ugh. Get a strobe light? I could just make a strobe light. Oh, you know what I could do? I could do this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. This is the EDM mode. I wish I could make this slower. It's too fast. You going for the 90s Asian baby look, John? It wasn't my choice. It was my hair girl's decision. She was like, hey, you want to cut it shorter this time? And I was like, why? She was like, just try it, something new. Yeah. And I was like, I guess. Sure. And she did it. Were you trying to copy kids these days? Long top, short on the sides? No, I just want the haircut that I always had. I mean, my haircut has always been long on the top, short on the sides, but this is like especially short, like super short, way shorter than I usually get. Is there a way to fix my hair so that it looks better? What if I like put the hair all up in the front like this? Point it down. Dude, you could totally see my like receding hairline. And I was looking at my hair on the top too, the crowning, and my hair is getting thin too. You can kind of see it a little bit if I move my hair around a little bit. Maybe it's too dark right now, but definitely in the bathroom, if you see it in person, my hair is thinning for sure. I'm about to be bald soon. I'm not really good at fixing my hair, so that's why I always wear a hat. If you guys didn't know, I always wear a hat just because I'm not really good at doing my hair. Let me turn this fucking light off. Alright. Long on the top, short on the suits, but ask for long bangs. You could rent that forehead out to IMAX theaters. Great Hitchcock marathon on TCM right now. Ooh. Okay, chat. I think I'm gonna stream for maybe another 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna pass the stream off to someone who's more deserving. I'll look for someone to raid in a little bit. Anyways, this last 50 minutes, you guys can ask me whatever you guys want to ask me. I'll raise this microphone a little bit up to my mouth. Let's get ready to rumble. Should I sing a song? Yay, 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 yay. If you go bald, you're gonna look like a bullet. Is there anything else to prepare for the inaugural podcast tomorrow? There's a lot to prepare. There's a lot. Alright, I feel like I don't have enough time to prepare, to be honest. There's a lot of shit that I have to do for tomorrow. After the stream, I am gonna clean this place up. I need to, like, this place has become a mess. It was ready when Jin got here, or when Jin was supposed to get here last week, but since then it's been a little bit messy. I need to put stuff back. So I'm gonna clean up for a bit, and then tomorrow I need to set up the table and all the microphones and everything, how this was set up before when Jin was supposed to be here. And then I have to get all the questions ready and whatnot. Give us a little sing song, John. Sing one of the Backstreet Boys songs. Everybody, yeah. Wait, what's a good Backstreet Boys song? One that is like vocally requires some vocals. What's that one song that's like a ballad? I can't type. Backstreet Boys. As Long As You Love Me. I don't know who you are. Show me the meaning of being lonely. Boo-doo-doo. Quit playing. I can't type, so what I just did was I copied and pasted BSB from the chat. I need a new keyboard. My keyboard fucking sucks. Oh, this is my favorite song. One of my favorite ones. girl. I don't know the words to this song. I love this song though. The song's good. I should find the karaoke version. Better forever. Wait, am I gonna get like DMCA'd if I do karaoke? I would, right? Is there like a scuffed version? I need like the scuffed version so that I don't get DMCA'd. Is there a scuffed version? Can someone type karaoke so I could copy and paste it? You remember those old Asian boy bands like Kai? I do. I do. Hell yeah. Should I do one of those songs? Yo, thank you. I'm gonna copy and paste this. Karaoke. I do remember. Oh fuck. I need a space. I need to copy and paste a space. There it is. Paste. Is there a way that I can get this on here? Is this possible? I'm going to press plus and then there's no way because I want to get the lyrics on, but I don't have a way to like crop out the I don't have a way to crop out the rest of the shit. Fuck, because I don't have the keyboard. Fuck. There might be a way. Not video capture device. Window capture. There it is. Oh yeah. I can't crop it out though. Fuck. Kai, it might be you. Shit. I need a keyboard. You think this will work? I have my keyboard. See, it doesn't work. This keyboard sucks. This keyboard fucking sucks. I need a new keyboard. Alright, let's do... I don't think I'll get DMCA'd off of Kai. Say You'll Stay? I don't know if I know this song. Okay, let's see. Alright, this is for all the subs that I got today and the donations, which I got no donations. This is for the $0 in donations I got today. Thank you guys for the donations. Hold on, let's see. Is there a way that I could do this? Hold on. See if I could fix this. I don't know this song. I don't know this song. Alright, I don't know this song. But this is a good song. Ooh. Here's the karaoke version. I don't know the song though. Is there another song that I might know? Five Guys, One Couch. Kai was the jam in the 90s. I know As Yet and All for One. I feel like if I keep touching this microphone, it's making noise. Can you sing Macarena? Hey, Macarena. I. Alright, I don't know the song. I'll try. We'll see. This is the karaoke version. Say You'll Stay karaoke version. Oh, damn, they have Careless Whisper. Yo, You Are the Reason. Tamia. Oh, shit. Alicia Keys. Damn, my recommended list is super scuffed. Hey, yo, this is for all the ones with a broken heart. This is for you. And I'm officially falling on the rooftop. Okay, what is this? Boys to Men, It's So Hard to Say Goodbye. Oh, I know the song. Do I? To what we had. Okay, how is this microphone? Is this the intro or is this actually the singing? I thought we'd get to see forever, but forever's gone away. I don't really know the song that well. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know. No, I didn't shave my head. I have hair. It's going... Ah, shit. I need a song that I know better. Lately. Oh, shoot. Do Mama, eh? I could do Lately. Alright, this is the last song. Is it loud enough? I feel like the music isn't loud enough, but maybe it is. I had the strangest feeling, with no vivid reason here to find. Yet the thought of losing you's been hanging round my mind. Maybe if I point this way. Far more frequently you're wearing perfume. With you say no special place to go. Song's about cheating. But when I ask, will you be coming back soon? You don't know. Never know. West Covina, California again? Hey, thanks for the follow. Many wishes, oh my premonition misses. But what made me feel my eyes won't let me hide, 'cause they always start to cry. And And this time could make The song is this? The song is Lately by Stevie Wonder. It's a good song. Have I ever done karaoke on stream before? Is there any other songs I could sing? Red Hot Chili Peppers? My Way? Oh shit. What a wonderful world. Can I do this song? I do it in this scuffed ass voice. Where'd it go? Imagine. Fly Me to the Moon. Karaoke piano. Fly me to the moon. Well, I didn't mean to do that. There you go. Oh shit. Hey, it doesn't have the thing where it like it highlights the words. Jazz acoustic version? Oh shit. Fly me to the moon and let me play amongst the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. I feel like I need like some kind of, you know, part of the fun of karaoke is you have the props and shit. Hold on, let me see. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worshipped and adored. Are you like a cigarette or something? Please be true. Another. I look blind. This is a Stevie Wonder. To the moon and let me play amongst the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. Oh God. Alright, I'm over this song. Alright, what time is it? Is it 9 yet? Oh shit, 1 minute to 9. Okay. Let's raid somebody. And then I'll sing like a departing song on the way until the raid goes through. Should we raid Nest? Is he streaming? Where's Nest? LA Underground LA show. Okay, here we go. Let's raid Nest. Raid NEZST. Alright, the raid's going. And then I'll sing a song as the outro. Is there any related song that I can sing? What a Wonderful World. Here we go. I see skies are blue. Dude, this haircut makes me look like I'm bald.
Red roses too, I see them bloom from me to you. Kermit style. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
This is too sexy. This is the sexy version. Guitar version. Where's the non-guitar version? There it is. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom from me to you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.